was an eager beaver. Morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Anything new, Skeeta? 8th? Yeah. 3:30 this morning, that was a Garth Brooks song around here. 3:30 in the morning, not a soul in sight. Yeah. Um, got a hell of a thunder boomer, a lightning strike, and then 10 minutes later had another lightning strike, and that was all she wrote. Got a little bit of rain, but Mother Nature was all talk and no walk. Oh, pumpkin, yeah. She was all talk and no walk. Yeah. Come on. Keep that tail down. Nobody wants to see that side of you. There you go. Yeah. I didn't see the presentation for Charlie yesterday, but I seen parts of videos of it. Man, there were a lot of people there. Not according to the Democrats, barely anybody showed up. You know, sort of like Kamala's rallies. Just thousands and thousands and thousands of people there. Yeah. Come on. There. Get up here. Yeah. We didn't get our snuggle time last night. That lightning and thunder hit, and she took off like a scared catty cat. I think she spent most of the time underneath the couch. Oh my goodness. What will you do? You have to break out a percolator? Or do you keep a jar of instant just for such occasions? Nothing like being prepared, that's right. Um, we have several percolators here. The only problem are the 30 cuppers, 32 cuppers, and 50 and 100 cuppers. And, you know, that's a lot of coffee between 2 or 3 people. It just flops. You're going to have to tear it apart and put a new switch in it so you have it for a backup. We almost bought a new coffee pot last week. Because we were going to take a new coffee pot up to the flea market and use that up there instead of taking a big percolator. And then we decided if we went, we were going to use a hot pot. You know, just fill the coffee pots up with hot coffee and just use those. So. Now, what do you got? One of them remote controls that turn on the power? Or do you got it set on a timer? Yeah, that's what we were going to get. Was one of them, yeah. I think it was $18 here, though. We've had I think we've had 4 buns. We've had countless other coffee makers, probably 5 or 6, maybe even more. But we've had at least 4 buns in the 42 years we've been married. We had one bun that lasted 12 years. Oh, like for like Christmas tree lights and stuff for outdoors. Click. Coffee had to be done by now. Yeah. That way you can sleep an extra 10 minutes. Yeah, hi, Junkyard.
Hi, Junkyard.
You're looking beautiful today, honey. You know? Yeah, you're not conceited one bit, are you? Yeah. He says, hi, good Gretchen. No. We also have probably 5 or 6 percolators that you can put on a coffee or on a stovetop and use. The other room in there, the one that I used to do live streams in, the stand that's in there, the big cabinet, has got coffee pots on the top of it, all percolators. That was Kathy's coffee room. I wouldn't doubt it. You know, um, they're thinking dementia and Alzheimer's is actually linked to margarine. You do? Well, that's some high dollar weed then, smoking then. Let's see. Um, when they went to hydrogenated oil, um, margarine was actually made in 1869, and it was made by beef tallow and milk. But later it was adapted to use as vegetable oils as development of hydrogenation in the 1900s. So hydrogenated oil. They say um, during the Great Depression, World War II, that's when people started eating more margarine than ever. And if you figure it out, if those people were kids in World War II, by the middle of 70s or late 70s, they were getting to the age where dementia and Alzheimer's was starting to hit. And they think that margarine is the main contributor to that. Because there was no other case, there was not a case of Alzheimer's or dementia. Um, let me see. I want to say before 1979, that dementia was first here. Okay, Alzheimer's is 1901. I think it's dementia. It was first named in 1979. I don't know. Yeah, early margarine was white. I much prefer butter myself. I very much more prefer butter. I remember they used to call margarine oleo. Oleo. Our daughter, she makes homemade butter every once in a while. Yeah, it's fake butter. Yeah. Can't believe it's not butter. We just dumped. Um, I got a gallon of milk, and I put it out there in the refrigerator. And then I don't know. A couple of days later, Kathy went to the store, and she got a gallon of milk, and um, she went out there and put it in the refrigerator, and seen there was already a gallon there. Well, we don't. When there's nobody here, we don't drink that kind of milk. I mean, we don't drink it. And we already had a gallon in the refrigerator. Um, and I ended up dumping a gallon and a half because it was expired by 10 days. And if I'd realized that there was another extra gallon out there, I probably would have put it in my kitchen made mixer and made butter with it. Butter. Milk pour. Yeah, it was milk pour. I wonder if you could take chocolate milk and make chocolate flavored butter. Hmm. Y'all thinking about that? Chocolate flavored butter? Hmm. That would be good on toast, I think. Put the chocolate flavored butter on toast and then smear some peanut butter on it. It'd be just like that Nutella or whatever the hell it is. Huh. Did he have it coming? I'm sure he did, probably. It does come from brown Swiss cows. When our youngest sister was in kindergarten, they were drawn in coloring, and they had a cow, and the teacher told them to color a cow. So our sister, she colored the cow blue, and the teacher got upset. I think she made her stand in the corner because she colored the cow blue. And then my mom found out, went down there and talked to that teacher. And the teacher said, your daughter colored a cow blue, and the cows are not blue. They're black or brown or white and brown, or white and black, but they're not blue. And my mom specifically told her, why don't you go out to the field and look at a black cow after it's been raining and the sun hits it? It's going to show you that the cow is actually blue when the sun hits it. There is a belugi. That's right. We used to have a white Appaloosa. Good morning, Kevin. We used to have a white Appaloosa. Her name was Chiquita. And Chiquita, when it rained, she would turn blue because her white hair or fur was so white that you could see the blueness from her, I don't know, from the skin or whatever, would come out. And she'd be a pastel blue. As long as she was wet. You got a ad coming up in 30 seconds. A blue light it must have been out of green. That would be confusing as all hell. We have an Ida Bell up here too. I think every state has an Ida Bell. Kevin had to leave early Saturday, the tractor show. He got a message when the herd got out, and he had to get home and put them back in. They were stomping all over the neighbor's rose garden. Babe the Blue Ox. It does make good pancakes. The Jiffy Mill is right 35 miles from here, 34 miles, something like that from here, up in Chelsea, Michigan. There you go. If you know anybody that works at the Jiffy plant, they can get um, once a year. All the employees get they can get $50, I think, free of Jiffy products, free. And then any day of the week they have Jiffy has their own. The Chelsea up there has their own store inside the factory, and employees can buy, I want to say $10 worth or something like that a month or a week of Jiffy products, and they get it for like a quarter a box or something like that. Yeah. No. There's chocolate milk in there. Okay. Shots, everybody, shots. Shots, everybody, shots. Shots, everybody, shots. Shots, everybody, shots. It's Two Shot Monday. You got it? Yeah. Was the registered letter sent by a debt collector? Or was it from the publishing clearinghouse? Just letting you know that you're the winner. Hmm. They went bust. Yeah. All them people never got paid off. That's right. You ever tell me all at once. Thank you. Oh. You can have more if you want more.
Get a couple more. You want something? You got your drink? Where's your cup? On the table.
And it's empty still, unless you filled it last night.
Gretchen, 7:03. Move it. I don't know, but you better get a move on it. It's close.
Oh yeah. You're gonna be rich? Well, congratulations. Bye, Gretchen. Have a good day at school. Just on one side or on both sides? Right. Well, you just pay $39.95 to complete the paperwork. Okay. Right up the middle. Yeah, there you go. Well, if you get all that money, maybe you can put some high dollar electrical wire all the way around your property. That way the herd don't get out. Instead of that, patching all that other stuff up together. Charlie did have good taste. First time I ever seen her was when she was talking. I never have seen her before. His wife. And then I went and looked, and she's like 5 years older than Charlie. She was Miss Arizona. Morning, Christy. Well, it's been a while since you've been here. My rutabaga queen. No, I did not watch it. I was busy. I seen parts of it though. Some of these liberals were bitching about the garbage that was left. That the picture shows 8:30 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. The timestamp on it says 8:30 a.m. Coming in? Come in. Yeah. 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 You know, wing it today. We had a bunch of lefty losers here talking about Charlie yesterday. You know, he didn't deserve a memorial. One woman says, well, why don't we have a candlelight vigil for all the kids that were shot in schools? And somebody said, well, go ahead and have one. You know, nobody's stopping you from organizing a candlelight vigil. It sure is. I have no idea if it was one of your friends or not. Guy had come up 55 seconds. Everyone is bullish on OPAD. What the hell is OPAD? Yeah. Oh, just a stock. Okay. How's Deutsch doing? Any good? Morning, Dan. Huh. No, actually, that's a fruit fly. I got a couple fruit flies here. I don't know where they're coming from. I've got apple cider vinegar traps over here on the windowsill. I've poured boiling water down the sink drains. So, damn! That's been a loser right straight from the start. Yeah, nowhere to go but you'd have figured when they started the Department of Governmental, what the hell it was, whatever it was called, Deutsch, um, that the Deutsch coin would have went up. Oh, Department of Government Efficiency, that's what it is. I was trying to remember what it was coined after. Right to the moon. Yeah. Well, Elon could only do it for so long, and then because of the government, the way it's set up, if they could have made that a permanent position for him to stay there instead of, what was it, 90 days or 120 days or something like that, it'd probably still be going on. Big Ball's got his ass beat. Somebody had to tell Big Balls that, the reason why he got his ass whipped is because, they wanted to stop him from finding all the money. And now give him, I think actually Trump's got security working on Big Balls now. So, you know. Oh, watch it, girly girl. You're starting to talk like a Democrat. I'm a realist too. I'm going to the first meeting next week or next month is on the first Monday, so it'll be on October 6th. And I'm going to stand there at that pillar and I'm going to ask the mayor to proclaim October 14th as Charlie Kirk Day. Well, that's nice. Me too. I think it's time for people on the Epstein list to go to jail. I don't care who they are, Republicans or Democrats, rich billionaires or poor people. I know there ain't no poor people, but I think they all ought to go to jail. Put them in jail with Diddy and give Diddy unlimited baby oil. You know what'll happen, don't you? They'll compile a list. They'll print it all out. They'll erase everything, and then they'll only make one list. And then on the way to announce all the people that were on the list, the briefcase will self-combust, you know, into a fiery inferno, and they'll lose all the names. You think I'm kidding? That's exactly probably what will happen. Right. And they can say whatever they want. To undo what the last 50 years or 60 years of government has done to turn this country around is going to take a lot longer than 4 years. We used to have so many businesses and thriving jobs around, in the United States, and anymore, we're barely a manufacturing country. We're more of a service country than anything. There is something there. According to all those Epstein's girls, each and every one of them said that Trump was never there. Okay, they'd never seen Trump there. So I don't know if he's protecting somebody or not. There is something. Who's Whitney Webb? Okay. One nation under blackmail? Oh, yeah. Known about that for years. Um, he used to walk around in dresses and stuff, girdles and pantyhose and everything else. You ever seen J. Edgar Hoover? He's ugly as a man. Can you imagine him dressed as a woman? No. Okay. Have you ever watched Mel Gibson in Conspiracy Theory? That brings up if you've never thought about conspiracy theories, that brings up a lot of stuff. Like he says, Howard Hughes and Jackie Onassis, or not Jackie Onassis. His last name's Onassis. I can't remember his first name. Let's see. Alex Onassis, that's who it is. Aristotle Onassis and Howard Hughes had a bet. And Vietnam War was the bet. If you watch the conspiracy theory on it. And it makes you wonder if it was really true or not. If Aristotle Onassis and Howard Hughes had a bet. Because back then, they were billionaires, and $1 billion was a hell of a lot of money. Anymore, it's not. Anyways, they were both billionaires, Aristotle and Howard Hughes. And like I said, a billionaire, $1 billion was a lot of money back in the 60s or early 70s. So $1 billion back then is like $150 billion now, I believe so. But I've always liked that movie. Yeah, they built the runways for the yeah. You got a contract to build the runways, yeah. Oh, and he did. Then Dick Cheney or Johnson, Johnson. He was part of another company that made military stuff, and he was vice president of that or whatever, or CEO of that company. So I can't remember the name of it. It starts with an H. And Dick Cheney was the vice president of it too. So, yeah. Well, they claim George Soros was actually a Nazi in the Nazi military. But that would make him that would make him 100 years old or close to it. The military in 45 is when it ended. So that's 80 years ago. If he was 18 or 19 at the time. So he's 95. So yeah, he could be a young Nazi soldier, but he very well could be. So, I mean, because they took soldiers at the age of 12, 13, 14. It didn't matter to them. So, Halliburton, yep, that's the name. All right, everybody, I'm getting out of here, but y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care, prayers, and peace, and we will see you Wednesday.
Why are you bothered?
What?